Dear Toastmasters and distinguished guests, a warm good evening.
Good evening.
First of all, I like to wish you a very happy new year to all of you.
Thank you.
My name is Sharavas. Being the subject matter for today's meeting, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 195th meeting of Mussafah Toastmasters Club. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience by which the members are empowered to develop personal and communication skills, resulting in higher self-confidence and personal growth. As a protocol of Toastmasters International, you are requested to keep away from 3 taboo topics, that is sex, religion and politics during the meeting. You are also requested to kindly switch off your mobile phones or put them in silent mode to avoid distraction. You are also requested to be seated comfortably until you are called. With this note, I would like to welcome our President, Toastmaster Vivek Ayyappan, for the opening address. Welcome.
Respected Area President, Area Director, Postmaster of the evening, my fellow members and guests. Warm good evening once again.
Good evening.
Today is a special day for us because our club, Mussafah Toastmasters Club, first meeting in the year 2019. And we are going to celebrate in the interval time by cutting the cake. Especially our area director's wife prepared, so we can double sweet in this one. So all the thanks to area director bringing this cake. Apart from this, one of the important thing, our club contest is already declared 25th of this month. So the venue is also approved from Bustan Speciality Hospital authorities. So I sincerely thanks to the authorities, especially Syed Nagpan and Lorna Ringer. Both are very supportive to us, giving this such a wonderful venue every meeting, especially for our club contest. Now coming to the region, the latest event we all know, Toastmasters, that our Toastmaster International CEO and the President International together they gathered in Dubai and such a wonderful event. Unfortunately, I could not go to that event, but our division H got the President's Distinguished Award from Toastmasters. And now, previously he was the division director. So second thing, our club officers training is announced next Friday 11th, which is going to conduct on Abu Dhabi's Men's College. So I request all our club officers and future club officers, those who want to become, can go and attend, which gives a half point to our club achieving our club's distinguished club goals. So I request all the members, those who are interested to, I think all the members need to attend because we are getting such a free training from the experts. So let us go together for this event and make it wonderful. Regarding our club's day-to-day activities, on January 2nd, Wednesday, we have called our executive committee meeting, and some of the important decisions we took. So regarding our club project, Toastmaster Naufal is elected for the Master of Ceremony. So all the members are requested to contact him for registering. Yes, those who are remaining to register the club offices that for their speeches, international, humorous like that. Apart from this one, we just postponed because of the busy schedule the Best Article Award. Our recent newsletter released last month. The Best Article Awards we will postpone to next meeting, which is going to be a mock contest meeting on 21st of this month. I think all I covered related to our Toastmaster clubs. So, before I opening the meeting, I would like to motivate by reading 5 points, 5 motivation points for a New Year gift for all of us, which is written by: perfection is not attainable, but if chase perfection, we can catch excellence. Written by or called by Vince Lombardi. So just remember, don't chase for perfections. If you chase for perfection, at least don't make it perfection all time you are getting. I have experienced many times. To make it perfect, I am getting always delayed. And these days, I am not hurried to make it perfect in my office duty also. But giving the duties on time, that is very important. Perfection will come later. Another point, do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. The third one, don't watch the clock, do what it does. Keep going. The fourth one, the future depends on what you do today, which is told by greatest Mahatma Gandhi. And the final, success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. This one told by Robert Collier. So with this note, I open meeting number 195. Let me call our today's leader or captain of ship, Toastmaster Mohammed Ashraf. He is working as an IT professional in Abu Dhabi, and just 1 year of completing. Before that, he was a member of Lagoons Club Sharjah, and he has vast experience in Toastmasters, I think almost 10 years. So let me invite Toastmaster Mohammed Ashraf to lead us next 2 hours. Thank you.
Good evening to one and all.
Good evening.
A happy New Year to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. As we are going through the agenda, there are some slight changes in the agenda before I go to the meeting. First one, our Worldmaster grammarian is not a TM Rashid. It is going to be TM Ramraj. General Evaluator, Toastmaster Peter. And E7, the fourth speaker is not available, that would cancel. And so this the evaluation by TM Rajesh, that also got cancelled. Good evening once again to all of you.
Good evening.
Theme of the day is nothing but education. Let me read out an interesting quote from Father of the Nation, His Highness Sheikh Zahid bin Sultan al-Nahyan. Education is like a lantern which lights your way in a dark area. It's very much true. Education is the thing which is going to lead each and every one of us in our own life, which we need to achieve. Again, there is a famous quote from none other than Nelson Mandela, I'm sure, which all of you are aware of it. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Am I right? Before I move on, I just want to ask you something. How do you define education? Any comments from anyone? What is the meaning of education? Education, the word derived from a Latin word called educare, E-U-C-A-R, educare. So from that only the word education originated. Education is the process of acquiring the body of knowledge and skills that people are expected to have in the society. A good education develops a critical thought process in addition to learning accepted facts. It also encourages intellectual curiosity which will lead to lifelong learning. I will share some more quotes and other stuff during the presentation. Let me move on. First of all, as per the agenda, I would like to request the guests. The guests will need to come on the podium and introduce yourself. And so we have got Toastmasters as well as non-Toastmasters are guests. So I request Madam to come on the stage. Introduce yourself, Madam. No.
Yes, go ahead.
Please come on the stage. Please introduce yourself and give us some outline about your Toastmasters journey as well.
Good evening. My name is Bobby and I'm a Toastmaster of a main club. And now I came with my husband, and this year I am Vice President of Public Relations in Toastmaster, Allen Toastmaster Club. And we came here, and I wish you Happy New Year. Thank you.
Madam, thank you very much for having more details to our club, and I hope you will have a great evening here today.
Thank you very much.
Madam, please kindly come on the stage. Just introduce yourself, nothing much.
That's
You're not
okay,
asking to do
yeah.
something more.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
My name is Juvie Tanghal. I came from Philippines, born in the Philippines. Okay, and I worked with the company called National Oil Barco for almost 15 years. So I was invited, one of my colleague invited me to join and see and survey, observe about Toastmaster. I don't have any idea what it's all about, but they said that I will learn a lot and a lot of things, okay, to also to how to communicate with people. I am working as a travel coordinator for Middle East and Africa. This is for the meantime what I can tell you.
Madam. Come, yeah, just
She's not.
Sir,
It's okay.
You escaped. Toastmaster of the evening, Mr. President, Mr. Area Director, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, marhaba. Have a great new year, 2019. I wish you all the best, but mostly I wish you a fantastic public speaking journey. 2019 for me is a journey of learning and education, because education is the most important tool we have in life. I teach, by the way, I teach, so education is my profession. So I was at a conference once, and we were together with some colleagues at a university where I teach, and one of the people I was introduced to was a cancer researcher. And she said to me, we started talking, and I asked her, what's your job? You know, what do you do at the university? She says, I do cancer research. And I said, wow. I said, that's really fantastic. I said, I really look up to people like you because you do such fantastic research. And then obviously she asked me, what field do you teach in? I said, I teach in education. I'm not a researcher, but I teach at the university in education. She said, I look up to you. I said, how could you look up to me? You're a researcher. You save people's lives. Yes, she said, but you transform people's minds. You're an educator. And with that, I say to you, education, like the Toastmaster of the evening said, is the most powerful tool. Let's use it. Thank you.
Hi, good evening everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Abbas. I am from India, part of Kerala actually. So I am here because of my friend invited Naufal. I have been here like 2 times, but I could not continue. Unfortunately, I had some vacation and also the work schedule. I could not attend the meeting. So I think this year I just want to continue. And I have to develop myself. So inshallah I can achieve. Thank you very much for this.
Happy New Year to all of you. Have a wonderful year and have wonderful contests. Have wonderful assessments, have wonderful speeches, have wonderful table topics, which is my favorite item in the Toastmaster. My name is Dinesh. I was an ex-member of this Toastmaster club. Hopefully this year I will come back to Abu Dhabi and I will join back here. Wish you all a very good success in learning about Toastmastering in club contest and the contest further. Thank you.
So very soon we want to cut that X number to member. Okay?
Thank you.
I thought it was the cake.
Any more guests with us?
That's a motivation.
Good evening, Toastmasters. I'm actually a member, but my name is Abid. And I'm a member, but I attended only 1 or 2 meetings. In between, there was some.
You had your own schedule now. Okay, but this life.
Now I'm trying to continue. I hope I will continue.
That's a great news for all of us. After the agenda, my next role is to introduce our role players. Our timer, Toastmaster Shanabas, is our presenter as well. So please. He will be explaining for the benefit of guests. Our rotators will give you an idea about what are their duties and responsibilities during the meeting. By appearing in show.
Dear Toastmasters and guests, good evening once again.
Good evening.
My role as a timer is to monitor time during the prepared speeches, evaluations and table topic session. This will ensure that all the prepared speeches and other speeches are within the allocated time frame. And at the end of the meeting, I will provide a report of the same. Before the start of each session, I will explain more about the timing rules. Thank you very much.
introduce our accountant. He's working with Aptitude as solution architect. So solution architect, Oracle ERP domain. He's an IT person and I test. Yeah, please come on.
Yeah, good evening everybody.
Good evening.
How are you? Yeah, my name is Mohammad Yunus. Today I am performing the role of our counter. So before briefing about the role, I would like to wish you a happy and prosperous new year 2019. So let me brief about the R counter. The purpose of the R counter is to note any word or sound used as a crutch by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words with inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but, so, and you know, which will make the speech of the speaker boring or uninteresting to the audience. Sounds may be or I will be also noting when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I, this means that, this means again and again. So thank you.
I'm really excited to introduce a passionate Toastmaster, mechanical engineer by profession, presently working as a consultant with Tapri, holding PhD in management systems. On top of all, I think on the K. He is very well present in 5 languages. When I was listening to that, I was remembering our old Indian Prime Minister, Narasimha Rao, who was master in 9 languages. Can I request Toastmaster Ram Raj come up on the stage?
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. First of all, let me wish you all a very happy New Year.
Thank you.
Respected President, Toastmaster Learning and fellow Toastmasters, just once again good evening. As a grammarian, my role is in the meeting and pay attention to the good use of English and provide suggestions for the improvements. I listen to everyone's word usage for any awkward or misuse of any English language. This can be incomplete sentences that can change the direction of midstream, incorrect grammar or like. At the end of the meeting, I will provide my report for the same. As a word master, I will introduce a new word to you so that each member can enrich your vocabulary. This will be a word that can be incorporated easily into a everyday conversation, but it is different from the way people usually express themselves. And today's word is zealous. Zealous is an adjective as having or showing zeal. The council was extremely zealous in the application of the regulations. A synonym is the fervent, ardent, fervid, fiery, passionate, impassioned, devoted or more. Adjective, for example, someone who is zealous spends a lot of time and energy in supporting something that they believe in very strongly, especially a political or religious idea. Believe in very strongly, especially a political or religious idea. She was a zealous worker for charitable bodies. Regarding today's theme as education, education is a right, it's everybody's right to educate themselves. Without education, we have no identity. We are all here because we have got education. That's why we have got our identity to be here. What you?
Thank you. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Naufal, working as an accountant with Electra Abu Dhabi LLC, and he did his diploma in financial and management accounting, and presently pursuing his graduation. That is the most important thing. He is continuing his education, even though he is working. He is not stopping himself. He is continuing his He is continuing his education. All the best for all your future plans.
Toastmaster, fellow members and guests, a warm good evening, and I wish you a happy new year to all. And let's have a wonderful new year. And we need to make a history for our club, especially. And this year, that means I'm proud of myself because I got an opportunity to be a role player and ex-co member. Just now, our president is announced that I become the VP of our club. It's a great. I'm showing my gratitude to here. With this note, my role is a table topic master. I introduced what is a table topic. Table topic is this is a fun portion of our meeting, and it allows us to practice improve speaking skill. Table topics allows to every member who does not already have the speaking role to speak at the meeting. And there is a timing criteria. It's a 1 to 2 minutes. Less than 1 minute and more than 2 and 30 seconds, it's a disqualified in between the time frame. That's all. Thank you.
We are all really blessed here today with the presence of a senior Toastmaster who came all the way from Adai, and he is going to do the role of general evaluator. He is the one who is going to evaluate the entire meeting. Here I request Toastmaster Peter come on the stage.
My role as general evaluator is to observe the whole meeting, to point out what I liked, what was good, and what was possibly overlooked, and in the end, to give my report. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I just missed one. There's a one more change in the agenda. The thought of the meeting is going to be done by Toastmaster Rajesh. He is working with PCC as project quality manager and married to one son. His hobbies are traveling, reading, and enjoying this blissful sleep. Apart from all these, homemade cake and pizza, and share with the Toastmasters and their interest with the Toastmaster Rajesh. We enjoyed it.
Toastmaster, good evening, fellow members. Happy New Year. Last month I been to India on my vacation. I was watching some kids were playing football. And I was watching and my neighbor's son was in one team. They were playing and the score was 3-0. So my neighbor's son who was playing that side was 0. So in the half time I wanted to tease him. I asked him what is the score. He said 3-0. And I asked him who scored 3. And he said the opponent. And his face did not show any discouragement. And I asked him, are you not discouraged by this score? He told me why I should be discouraged when the referee has not blown the final whistle. I was very impressed by him. And they continued the playing after half time. And then they won the match by scoring 5-4. And that evening, these words were ringing in my mind. Why I should get discouraged when the referee is not blown the final whistle. In our life also, our life is also like a game. So sometimes we blow our whistle ourselves without waiting for the final whistle. We get discouraged by ourselves. So we have a full life. We should not get discouraged. We should wait for the final whistle. So
that is the beauty of Toastmasters Joe. Even though I said that Joe, in the last moment, still he was capable enough, he was skilled enough. Even though he was not prepared, but he had something with him. He was skilled enough to come on the stage and he was delivering a wonderful thought of the meeting. Thank you very much. As we are moving on, I just want to ask you something. again about education. Normally, babies, when do they really start to learn something? Any idea? Babies, when do they start to learn something? When do they start learning?
Immediately after. In mythology, it is from the womb.
Pardon?
Before birth.
Before birth.
And they will.
Yes, they start learning in the womb. That's the fact. Actually, I thought when I was thinking about it, I thought maybe after, when they are, then they start to learn something new. Because if they cry, they get milk, right? So, my practice they learn. But when I read it, I was surprised. They start learning in the womb. They start processing language like adults at 2 days old. Just 2 days old. They start learning. Moving their mouth helps them listen. Moving their mouth helps them listen. Imitation is key. Imitation. See again, when we do something, our babies also try to do the same thing, right? That's the wonder of it actually. Anyway, as I am moving on, yes, next item in the agenda is prepared speeches. For the benefit of guests, I would like to create these. Prepared speeches are something where speakers are coming in a prepared manner. Okay? So there are certain rules and regulations to be followed. It is already written and it is published by TMI, Toastmasters International. So they need to strictly follow on the timing, on the subject, on the topic, everything. They need to strictly follow all this. Our first speaker of the day, Toastmaster Arvind Kumar Gupta. Working with NPCC, his passion is to discover himself. He himself wants to know who he is. When I was calling him about some brief to get me introduction, I'm trying to find out who am I. That's the beauty of it. And here I request Toastmaster Naufal to read out the objectives. For the benefit of guests, one person will be evaluating the speech, and for Toastmaster Arvind Kumar Gupta, Toastmaster Naufal is the one who is going to evaluate the speech. He will read out the objective of the speech.
Good evening once again, all of you, particularly the first speech he is going to give his icebreaking speech. The purpose of the speech is to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. To introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. All the best.
Arvind Kumar Gupta, all the best.
Thank you very much.
Timing.
Sorry. The timing rule will be announced by Toastmaster Sharma.
Good evening once again. Timing rules for prepared speeches are from 5 to 7 minutes. But for icebreaker speech it is 4 to 6 minutes. So with a grace period of 30 seconds. At 4 minutes I will show the green light. At 5 minutes I will show the yellow light. And at 6 minutes I will show the red light. And the red light will be kept on until the speech is finished. Okay.
Once again, good luck.
First of all, I apologize because I am not in formal dress. Just to follow this New Year dress code, red color, so I had to wear this red suit and red dress. It's casual, basically, so please apologize.
That was the theme. That is the correct dress.
Thanks. Should I start? Good evening all loved ones.
Good evening.
And wish you very happy New Year and prosperous year 2019. Finally, the zealous moment has come when I am here to narrate my speech, for ice-breaking speech. In fact, I took little advice on this, what should it contain, from few of you. Then I concluded that I had to say something about who am I. And as soon as I concluded who am I, you will not believe this particular question used to be very close to me, very close to my heart. Who am I? I will start my speech from a very small story of Vivekananda and Paramhans, Ramakrishna Paramhans. What happened, once upon a time Vivekananda went to Ramakrishna Paramahansa's house and he knocked the door. Ramakrishna asked, "Who are you knocking the door?" Vivekananda told, "I don't know. Since I don't know who am I am here knocking the door. Please come forward, get me some realization, who am I?" From that very moment, my life took a turn from very worldly thing to little bit spirituality, and still I am in the process of knowing who am I. So I am going to tell you something about which I am not fully aware, I am not completely aware of. Anyway, that is a spiritual part of life, so let us park aside. So let me introduce my worldly introduction. Myself Anup Kumar Gupta, and I was born on 25th October 1974 in Allahabad, a district in Uttar Pradesh. And these days you might have heard Allahabad is named as Prayagraj, and it's very famous due to this Kumbh Fair 2019. And during this Kumbh Fair 2019, Allahabad will be the most populated city of the world. So I'm proud of, since I belong to that place. Going ahead, in the process of building me, my parents gave birth to 4 daughters. Why I am telling you? Because in another way I can say that I was blessed with 4 very loving and caring daughters from day one. And we were a very lower middle class family, having fun of day-to-day challenges. Really, I will say those challenges as a fun, because if I recall those days, I found myself happier than what I am today. Despite of so many scarcity, we were enjoying our life like anything. So if I conclude my journey, it is basically from hope to fear. Having nothing, we were full of hope. And having so many things, suddenly that hope is disappearing and fear is increasing. And since I told you the time when I read that story and when I become very closer to some spiritual leaders, having everything, even if you want to become happy, then you will have to be unattached. Earn whatever you want to earn, have whatever post you want to hold, but don't get attached. Then only you will be fearless and happy. Again, coming back to my worldly introduction, I did my schooling from a very small school, you can say like municipality school. But one thing I will say, to be a king of small empire is always better than to be a slave of big empire, what I am today. So that way I enjoyed about that school. After that, I did my secondary and higher secondary education from Government College Allahabad. Subsequently, I got selected in engineering and I did my engineering from Madan Mohan Malviya Engineering College, Gorakhpur, from mechanical engineering stream. Immediately after that, I got a good track in Indian public sector company BPCL called Bharat Pumps and Compressors Limited. And there I was working as a receipt compressor expert. What I felt that the people sitting on that side of the table means I was very closely associated with EPC companies. So those who are sitting that side of the table were taking input from me and earning more than me. So I decided to switch over from this side to that side. I quit manufacturing business and then I joined Samsung Engineering, and subsequently I joined Petrofed, Sharjah. So far I was associated with the onshore part of EPC companies. Just to have a good experience of offshore, I joined NPCC Abu Dhabi. So nowadays I am working with NPCC Abu Dhabi. I got married to a very religious girl called Reena. I have 2 kids. Elder is my daughter and younger is my son. So concluding all these things, we all are same. We all are on the same boat. We all are here as a part of God. We all are here to love each other. That's all. Thanks a lot for listening patiently.
So thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. Moving on. Our next speaker, Madam Toastmaster Jamila, an IT person by profession. The speech title is Sophia our friend or enemy? We really do not know who is Sophia. We would like to know who is Sophia from the Toastmaster, Madam Toastmaster Jamila. Here I request Marvin Kumar to read out the objectives.
Toastmaster, good evening. Fellow Toastmasters guests, good evening.
Good evening.
Like others, I just want to convey a very warm good evening.
New Year.
I want to wish a new year full of tolerance. My tolerance? This year of tolerance. I want to wish you a new year full of tolerance, creativity and imagination, plus innovation. Because I just want to fill in what probably yesterday Toastmaster of the evening gave me a call around 10 o'clock, right? What was it? Just to confirm. Okay, to get some input from me. So just I want to fill in that gap. I'm an IT professional by my job. About 12 years in this country and working for a construction company over here with post-graduation MBA in production. That's why I just completed my New Year wish. Always we need to be creative and innovative to be there in this country. Today, about my role, I am going to evaluate Madam Toastmaster Jamila Cholat. She is going to do her P2, second project, second level, first project.
Second project in level 1.
Okay, second project in level 1. And this speech title, as mentioned by the Toastmaster of the evening, is Sophia, our friend or enemy. I am also curious about to know who is Sophia. Purpose of this speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech on a topic, receive feedback and apply the feedbacks to a second speech, to her second speech. So then this for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. All the best and best of luck.
Time is going to be 5 to 7 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes and 5 minutes green light, 6 minutes amber and 7 minutes red light. Madam Toastmaster, is Sophia our friend or enemy? Is Sophia our friend or enemy? Madam Toastmaster Jamila.
October 2017, at the Future Investment Summit in Riyadh, the robot Sophia was granted the Saudi Arabian citizenship, the first robot ever to have a nationality. This attracted a lot of controversy as some commentators wondered if this implied that Sophia could vote or marry, or a deliberate system shutdown could be considered as a murder. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, a warm good evening to one and all.
Good evening.
Sophia is a humanoid robot developed by a Hong Kong-based company, Hanson Robotics. It has been designed to respond to the questions and has been interviewed around the world. My quest here is not on giving citizenship to Sophia by Saudi government, but rather interested to know where are we heading to with the advancement in artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, big data, data science are the buzzwords in the current IT industry and trending jobs in technology. Just to give a brief introduction about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the intelligence displayed by machines, in contrast to the intelligence displayed by human beings and other animals. For example, my 4-year-old daughter, Hannah, takes my iPhone and says, YouTube Mr. Bean. Suddenly, the Mr. Bean videos get opened up. So, from Siri to self-driving cars, the artificial intelligence is progressing very rapidly. While some science fiction and movies depict artificial intelligence as robots with human-like characteristics, it can cover anything from Google search algorithms to IBM Watson to autonomous weapons. In fact, artificial intelligence is to augment or enhance our life, our convenience in lives. As many of you doubt here, is artificial intelligence going to steal our jobs? Or is it going to risk our life? My answer to this question is a big no, because when computers came in the world, many people protested by worrying of job losses. But today, can you imagine a world without computers? Satya Nadella, the current CEO of Microsoft, father of a 21-year-old boy with special needs suffering from brain palsy, is keenly focused on building artificial intelligence filled with empathy. This is the main reason you could see many of the Microsoft products like Seeing AI, Hearing AI, learning tools, etc. are coming in the market with empathy embedded in it. For example, one of the Microsoft app, the camera app called Seeing, which narrates the things seen through a person's smartphone camera, essentially provides visuals to a blind person. Nowadays, all the leading tech giants like Google, Microsoft, IBM are massively investing in artificial intelligence. And soon, there will not be any industries in the world where AI is not in use. While AI can replace some of the jobs, it is definitely going to be a net job creator because of its massive capability to read from huge data. Gartner, a famous American research and advisory firm, predicts that by 2020, artificial intelligence will bring 2.3 million new jobs by eliminating 1.8 million jobs. So, artificial intelligence is well on its way by bringing together physics, mathematics, and computer science. And the world needs lots of professionals to do that. Now, let me tell you a secret of mine. When I was doing my PhD, I had a remote desire to become a scientist. And that's the very reason I chose physics as my main subject for graduation. But after the graduation, since IT industry revolution was going on at that time, I decided to go for NCA and became a software professional. But today, I'm very happy to share with you all that I got a great opportunity here in Abu Dhabi to work for a company which focuses on artificial intelligence, big data, data science, business intelligence. So it looks to me that God has opened a way for me to fulfill my dream as a scientist, but in the form of a data scientist. So I believe Sophia is indeed my friend, and we are going to work together in the coming years. If AI is used wisely in our innovation, I am sure the civilization will flourish like anything before, and Sophia is going to be the friend of humanity and friend of each one of us. So in order to cope up with artificial intelligence, we need high-tech brains. And to have high-tech brain, the only way is keep learning. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Madam Jamila, for the wonderful speech. Keep learning. Yes, well aligned with our theme of the day. And I'm sure Sophia is going to be a friend of all of us, not just one of us. Am I right? Yes. Moving on. Our third and final speaker of today, Toastmaster Vivek, working as a technical procurement officer with the Union Iron and Steel Company. Very much. TM Venkatesh. I'm really sorry. TM Venkatesh, an electrical engineer by profession, working in Emerald Services for last 8 years and living in the UAE for the last 10 years. Then I request TM Vivek to read out objectives.
Good evening once again. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his or her first speech. So here Toastmaster Venkatesh is going to do his second speech from level 1, and subject or speech guide is Legionella bacteria, something related to bacterial or medical. I think this is the right choice. Maybe I am not the one right evaluator, we can call the doctors. Anyway, let us hear from Toastmaster Venkatesh. All the best for your
Toastmaster Venkatesh. Legionella bacteria. Legionella bacteria. Toastmaster Venkatesh. All the best.
Good evening, senior Toastmasters, fellow members. Today, the topic what I chosen is Legionella. How many of you in this room knows Legionella? I believe few of them knows about Legionella. It is like a bacteria which cause harm for the human being. Basically, Legionella is a pathogenic group of gram-negative bacteria which causes Legionella disease, which means it will create some lungs disease and high fever, which may cause to the death. This disease was discovered in 1976 when there was a conference held in American Legionnaires. So where few of the people were being sick and hospitalized. Later it came to know it is due to Legionella bacteria. The worst outbreak of the disease is in 2015 in New York. Around 16 people were died and 133 people were really sick. Legionella disease is a very alarming disease. Even in Health and Disease Center, around 5,000 people are being informed that they have Legionella disease. And approximately like out of 1 in 10 has this disease. This Legionella is commonly grown in soil and some wet area where we have like water bed, freshwater areas. They generally pose little threat when it grows in natural, but the alarming is when it comes to the Legionella becomes an issue when they infiltrate with man-made systems like water features and cooling systems and some other fountains and showers. Aerosolization happens when the water content Legionella bacteria breaks into micro water droplets, then that spreads to the air, then it causes disease to the human being. The biggest Legionella transmission was due to the cooling tower, which spreads in the air. It spreads very widely in the air, and in the modern world we can't prevent this cooling tower and our entertainment things, so it is mandatory to control the Legionella bacteria growth either by proper treatment, proper measurement. So if there is any growth in the bacteria, it should be informed to the civil defense so that they will take some control measures. When there is a witness of bacterial growth, it should be treated by the superchlorination. Then once that is superchlorinated for 24 hours, then we will inform to municipality, they will come and do the retest. This testing of water has its own frequencies. It's like a quarterly, half-yearly, where we will check what is the presence of Legionella is. And this Legionella's temperature, comfortable temperature is between 20 to 50 degrees Celsius. So even in our environment where we go, where we live, even in our domestic water, there is a chance of bacterial growth, Legionella bacterial growth, either in the shower head or in the swimming pools. So it is always good to have a regular testing on the water systems we have in our house through the maintenance department. So that will prevent harm in exposing to the bacterial environment. Thank you.
Again, as part of education, he was sharing the knowledge with all of us. Yesterday when I received that topic, even it took time for me to pronounce it, how to pronounce it. Thank you very much. I was listening to Google again and again just to understand the pronunciation of that word itself. That was my experience yesterday. Here I have placed the timer. To read out time report. Timer report.
Toastmaster Anup Kumar Gupta took 6 minutes and 17 seconds. Madam Toastmaster Jamila took 5 minutes 37 seconds. And Toastmaster Venkatesh took 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Toastmaster Anup and Madam Toastmaster Jamila is qualified.
4 minutes 30 seconds.